create a better reality in this human existence for yourself. Hello, this is Diné here with another video on the topic of loneliness. When we think about being alone, many of us are considering being alone and comparing it to being with others. And we're actually considering it from the human perspective, from the physical perspective. When we look at it from the spiritual perspective, it may or may not be obvious to many that in the spiritual realm, there is no comparing it to another human being. In the spiritual realm, when you are looking at yourself as everything, as I am that, I am nothing, then what are you really comparing it to? You're comparing it to nothing. You're comparing it to everything. So when you are in that space of being at one with everything, when you are in that space that there is only one, there's no duality, there's only non-duality, then there's nothing to compare. There's nothing to be alone. But you're already alone. You are already alone. And so one solution or one way to get out of the loneliness mindset is to tap into that there is no duality. In order to do that, we have to bring a piece of that spiritual side into our human perspective. And I'm still on the fence as to whether it's really spiritual or spirituality is the tool to get us there, because for me, it's just part of the human nature. Meaning that if you have a brain, then it's already there for you, because it's part of our human nature. Basically, you just need a brain. You need a mind, rather, because the brain really is the organ. So you need a mind. And using the mind, which is beyond the brain, you can bring forth in this human experience the resource that you need from the spiritual, if you want to call it, to give you what you need in this human experience. And so lonely, yes, it's a feeling. So in order to shift the feeling, we have to adapt or integrate another feeling. So I hesitated to say spirituality because if you just meditate, there's no spiritual thing to it. It's a matter of just sitting and using the mind, which we all have a mind. And we all think, we all visualize, we all remember, for the most part. Think of something that is not here in the present moment. Think about the future. Not just remembering, but projecting into the future. We don't really need to incorporate spirituality necessarily. Visualization could be considered looking into the future for something that you want better for yourself. And that is one of the keys in terms of manifesting for yourself. And it's what I do in my work. It's really just allowing you to, and the tool is meditation. Meditation is the tool that I use to access that oneness, that aloneness, that non-duality, the simpleness of your nature, where you are nothing. It's like the core, the base of everything. You access that, and from that, you realize that you are so much more. You realize that you are a clean slate. You realize how you are everything and nothing at the same time. And the nothing is the silence that exists within all of us. And from that you create. You are the source of all creation. Things only exist because you are aware of it. If you're not aware of it, then it doesn't exist. So ultimately, you create what exists in your world. And so if you wanted to create something that doesn't currently exist, that's where visualization comes into play, or projecting into the future. And there's a lot of people who have already tried it and feel like, oh, it can't be that simple. But the missing piece is to utilize the source, incorporate the fact that you are source. Listening to my meditation, you can get an idea of how to access that part of yourself. And when you do, you'll realize that loneliness is really just a human condition, which can be changed. The wonderful thing about working with the subconscious is that it's a bridge between this human existence and where our mind goes when we're not here, but remembering or projecting into the future. That part of your mind that is not present, but in the past or the future. And again, it's not a spiritual thing, we all do it. So it's tapping into that part of your mind that is not present. Which is another thing to realize, is that all parts of your mind, whether it's conscious or subconscious, remembering something from the past or projecting into the future, all parts of it are important. They work together. So again, with the subconscious being the bridge, you can use that to connect, so you can have or create a better reality in this human existence for yourself. So basically, the opposite of loneliness and that dreadful feeling of feeling alone, isolated, feeling like you're not seen, like no one cares about you, is to connect with that part of yourself that sees everything, that is love. Because once you're there, then there's no feeling of dread, of heaviness. That feeling of dread and heaviness is a human creation. It's a human experience. And even from that space of connecting with your higher self and understanding what love really is, love really is loving it all. And from that higher self, you are able to love it all. The essence of who you are is actually enjoying that feeling of loneliness, because it's a feeling. And the whole idea behind love is not just love for another person, but it's love for everything that you experience, all the good and all the bad, because it is created by this creative human being that we are. So if any of this resonates for you, just tell me what part of it really connected with you in the comments. And I thank you for taking the time to listen. And until next time, goodbye.